You're listening to the Plane Talking UK podcast, the UK-based podcast written by a passenger for anyone. And here are your hosts, Carl Stebbings and Matt Smith.
Well, hello and welcome to this very special broadcast indeed today. We are live from Pittsburgh. Come on, everyone clap. Yay! So you join us in for episode 164 of the Plane Talking UK podcast. I'm Carl Stebbings here with Matt Smith. He's on the soundboard with Neville Bounds, our chief technician here for the day. And with me, sitting next to me here, is the legend that is Captain Jeff.
Hello, it's great to be here.
So is everyone having a good time?
Yay! No. Oh, I'm hearing a lot of booing and hissing.
That's just the scarves because they're all freezing cold. Yes, it's lovely weather here we're having today. It's balmy 15 degrees Celsius or something around that sort of. But we have got the usual stuff to get through on the show this week. News stories, only a few this week, but we have got a top 7. We couldn't quite afford a top 10 this week, unfortunately, due to cutbacks in the show. And obviously we had to pay Nev's fee for being our tech guide for today. Ran into a lot of double figures there, Nev.
Business class fare was
expensive. So I suppose we really should rock on, really, because APG are going to be wanting to do their show later on, so we should move on. So we're going to start the show as we do each week with our rundown of the weekly news from around the world and the UK. So if you're ready, Matt.
I am.
And if you're ready, everyone else? Yeah, we're ready. Don't all shout at once. Let's go. So, kicking off this week's first news story is on the lifehacker.com website. And the headline is, "Brace yourself. There's about to be an electronics travel ban for US-bound flights from the UK." So it looks like the Department of Homeland Security is about to roll out a laptop ban on flights from Europe to the United States. The ban is officially was announced on Thursday, and the reports citing unnamed European security officials. So Nev, on the way out, did you bring a laptop or two, or I
bought the entire studio actually, Carlos. So that's.
And they allowed you to come out of the country.
They weren't that happy about it.
Oh, that's good. I know Matt's suitcase was very close to the limit on the way out with all the laptops. So the Trump administration, as we are here in the US obviously, first placed an electronics ban in March on flights from the US to 10 airports, including 8 Muslim-majority countries in North Africa and the Middle East. At the time, the US officials cited concerns over intelligence information, suggesting that terrorist groups are developing technology to hide in bombs in portable electronic devices. The upcoming ban appears to be a geographic extension of this electronics block, and in March, the DHS hinted that more airports could be added to in the future as well. So far, there are no reported or official parameters. There's no information on whether the select airports are affected or if US-bound flights from all European airports will be impacted. But it's a bit worrying if you want to come back to Pittsburgh next year, if they're going to stop us from bringing all this equipment out, because it's...
Should we just leave the gear here?
Yeah, we could do. Yeah, I hate to think if they scanned your case on the way out, Nev, with the X-ray scanners, that would have looked quite alarming, I think, on the X-ray scanner.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, isn't it? And I think we're going to have a situation now where there'll be a lot of restriction on stuff that we can bring in and out of the country.
I think as most people travel nowadays with laptops and tablets and stuff, so it's, yeah. I take it most people here have got tablets and laptops they travel with on a flight. Well, Steph's got the iPhone, which is the size of a house, so yeah, that's... Oh, yeah.
I got some audience participation here, that's nice.
Yeah. Yes, Al? You've got a microphone now.
Well, I was going to say, there you go. I did try and use it earlier, but Nev's been quite, tactical in how he uses it.
That's because you've got the microphone.
But I was going to say, yes, I mean, to be honest, it's probably not the laptop and electronics in Nev's suitcase that would cause most concern on the X-ray image. It's probably all of the other stuff that he's got in there that he doesn't want to tell us about.
Moving on.
Anyway, changing the subject, I'd just like to say that this episode is sponsored by Boom Source. thanks to Micah, our main man. I'm already starting to feel a little bit funny in the head now. But, yeah, I know I was born that way. Thank you, Matt, for that. Yeah, love you too. So the next story on the list, as always, as for those of you who watch and listen to the show, is a Ryanair story. But unfortunately, because Matt can't look at it, I've got to read the story out. Oh, what a shame. I know. So this one is on the independent.ie. So if you're watching, Owen, you'll probably have seen this one. But there's a video that's gone viral, Ryanair and the French accordion. So for anyone who plays accordions. So but the story goes that a Ryanair flight attendant asked a man to open his bag and well, says, as it goes on, that soon the whole flight was singing. So apparently this guy had a suitcase on a Ryanair flight which had an accordion inside. I think pretty much everyone knows what an accordion is. Yeah, a squeeze box. Exactly, Liz. Well done. Yeah, a squeeze box. And so this chap was asked to play said squeeze box on the flight. And the video which I watched earlier on YouTube is definitely it was a different Ryanair flight. I think Matt would have been quite impressed with that because it was one of those all singing, all dancing flights with Ryanair customers on board.
They have one of those?
Yeah, they do. Yeah. So the video has been viewed 20 million times on Facebook alone, and it's been featured actually in publications around Ireland as well, the UK, the US, and India. So check that one out on Facebook or YouTube. You'll see there's a link actually on YouTube for that you can click on to look at. So next story on...
Breaking news, breaking Ryanair news.
Oh, go on then.
Just got a text from our good friend Mila. I'm not sure how public it is, but I'm going public with it now. She cannot join us here in the chat room, and she says, I'm so sorry. I'm in the middle of a training session for my Ryanair selection.
Hey, well done, Mila.
She also says, I hope you all have an amazing weekend. So in the Ryanair news, for the first time, maybe ever, good Ryanair news.
Yeah, it is. It's good. Yeah. I picked the worst ones for when Matt's reading them. You see, I could have picked a lot worse one, but being as Matt's not reading them. So the next story is on the news.com.au, and this is one of these stories actually that Brian Coleman would love. It's a United Airlines story.
I think it actually involved him.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, there was a breaking news story last night that apparently a passenger had left his laptop on a flight, on a United Airlines flight. Apparently that laptop's now on eBay. Buy it now, $29.99, which is good. So the headline, passenger claims United Airlines cancelled his flight when he started filming their poor customer service. So it's no surprise that mobile phones have become the #1 enemy of airlines. Following the shocking footage of Dr. David Deo being violently dragged off a United Airlines flight last month, there's been a spate of unnerving footage captured on mobile phones that have been going viral around the internet. Now, passengers claim that United Airlines agent cancelled his flight after he began filming a dispute on his phone. Navang Oza, 37, was checking into his flight home from San Francisco to New Orleans when he got into an argument with an airline worker. Mr. Oza said he was told it would cost $300 to check the same bulky bag that costs $125 on the way there. In trying to get an answer, the lady was being very rude, he said, and so he started recording. The clip which she tweeted begins with her pointing her finger at him, and oh, there you go, exactly, yeah, that's Jeff done. You did not. She said to the guy, "You didn't have permission to videotape," and turns to her colleague and cancels the reservation. She then turns the tables on Mr. Oza and starts recording him while threatening to call the police. The Californian resident ended up rebooking his flight on a different airline. And the United Airlines said that the video does not reflect the positive customer experience we strive to offer, and we apologise for any inconvenience, the statement said. So, Brian, you know, you've had obviously a little bit of experience with the wonderful customer service that United offer. I mean, you've only got good things to say, so let's hand it over to you.
I'm speechless over this one.
No way.
No, I've often said on our show that I think there's a bunch of really good employees that are trying to do the right thing, and they are not empowered to do it, and just management has really let them down. And I mean, this just seems like a case of an employee just not doing the right thing as well, and just not using their brain to think.
So your flight over here, obviously, Brian, you were slightly delayed a bit, and but is United all that? But is it everything bad about United, or is there some good bits about United? There must be a good bit about United.
Yeah, no, there are many flights that I'm on where things go perfectly fine. The flight out here was delayed due to a in-op lav, and they
only had one.
No, yeah, they had two other working ones, and why they didn't just hand out plastic cups to everyone and solve that problem the way they did on another flight, that's beyond me. But yeah, everything else on the flight was fine. The flight attendants do a great job. I think they've worked really hard to improve the quality of service. I think it's just unfortunate that over the past month or so they've been in the news a little bit more often than what they would have liked to have. I still have faith that the management's gonna pull things around, but yes, I did indeed have yet another wonderful issue that if I were active on Twitter, I probably would have tweeted last night, and maybe my story would have gone viral.
So I'm guessing, obviously, most people here have Twitter accounts. Do you guys in the audience, do you find it good when you want to complain about something? Twitter, I think, is a really good way of complaining. Do most of you agree? Yes. Yeah.
It's not quite as effective as a punch in the face. Brian, roughly how many miles or flights do you do with United each year?
150.
And is it true that you've seen a United flight attendant smile?
The ones that are under the age of 50, yes. Although there are many of them.
And you've seen more than one? There are a few. Okay, well, I've yet to see one.
Obviously, Royal Jet is one of the best airlines in the UK, so Al doesn't have any issues at all.
It's one of the airlines in the UK.
It's one. Obviously, Acme Red is number one. There's no doubt about that. So obviously, the next story we're going to go on to then before we hit our top 7, and that's the reason why we're all here. That's the Wings Over Pittsburgh Air Show that's returning this weekend. This is a free show and is back for the first time in 6 years. The 911th Air Wing, or the wing in Moon Township, there's a big tower I saw just over there, Jeff, with Moon Township written on. That was quite.
I saw it too.
You saw, yeah.
I've spent all morning mooning, but I don't see the.
I thought I was on the moon. So the featured performers are the United States Air Force Thunderbirds, the precision flying team. But there's loads of other acts as well.
Probably best moving swiftly on with that bit.
No, they're not going to trade any paint or anything on, I doubt. But
remember the rule: you're not supposed to say moon when Captain L is anywhere near.
Well, I've been doing it out the hotel window all morning. I thought it was part of the process. And people have pointed.
It's how he met the Thunderbirds.
Do we mention the diplomatic incident, or do we move on?
No, it's up to you. Go on, you can mention it, Al.
Well,
yeah.
I'm waiting for Homeland Security to come and deport me, actually, because I'm being slightly unpatriotic.
They're waiting just out there. So
yeah, the hotel that I'm staying at, the Thunderbirds rather, have kind of taken over. Freudian slip. Yeah, and. I was just sort of chatting to one of their guys in the hotel reception this morning, and us Brits quite like to have a little bit of banter, and I kind of thought it was kind of universal. So I said to this Thunderbird, are you guys hoping to be as good as the Red Arrows sometime? And there was this just look of absolute venom in his eyes, and I thought, if it wasn't for the corporate veneer, he would probably punch me. So I'm guessing I'm going to probably be persona non grata over the air show weekend with the Thunderbirds.
Birds.
And you hope your room is going to be in one piece when you get back to the hotel today.
Well, yeah, I mean, if someone's already packed my suitcase, I'll kind of take the hint.
I don't think packing a suitcase will be on their the first list of something to do. But so the air show is running on Saturday and Sunday, and it kicks off at 9 a.m. and closes at 4 p.m. For those of you who are here in the US and going to the show, it'll be great to meet up with anyone else who's not already here with us here at the Marriott here. But there's loads of stuff to see there. There's a whole list of aircraft that's going to be on display and flying. So yeah, everyone looking forward to the show, I'm guessing, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yay! Apart from Jeff. Actually, it's nice of Rick to cancel the aircraft flying for today so we could get some silence.
You know, when you talked to Captain Bell, he must have gotten your tweet.
If you can hear that. Thank you, Micah.
We're not hearing it, though.
Can you not hear that?
I mean, I hear it from over there, but not over the speaker.
So, as I said earlier, we've got a top 7 this week instead of a top 10. And it's the 7 best airlines as we have a fly past of aeroplanes. Oh, the Texan T6. Or T6 Texan.
I think those are the Skyriders, or Sky Typers.
You know.
Thanks for that, guys. Cheers. All the best.
It's because you said that they postponed everything briefly. They just thought, we're not having that.
Jinxed. So the 7 best airlines for customer service.
Number 1, United.
Actually, I haven't looked at the bottom of the list, so I don't know who is number 7.
Well, I think you're only traditional, then I'll do what I normally do.
All right,
In at number 7.
So at number 7, this is an unusual one for number 7. I thought this would be number 1, but this is the controversial named Qatar. the Q word, Airways. So they've.
I think we've broken Captain Nick. Look,
Nick's had too much boom sauce.
He's taking a little rest before the APG recording.
So they're number 7 in the list. Number 6.
Number 6.
Thank you, Matt. Number 6 is JetBlue. So this is surprising. JetBlue. Never flown them.
Number 5.
Number 5 is it's Nev Air. BA, British Airways.
Nevtech Airways.
Nevtech Airways, yeah. And next one?
Number 4.
Number 4, Turkish Airlines. That's an interesting one. Turkish Airlines. So they hit the headlines not so long ago. If you remember when they had a child born at 42.
Number 2.
Number 2, it is Etihad. And they have that marvellous the residence.
And finally, at number 1.
At number 1, for best for customer service, Southwest Airlines. Not much agreement there from the audience.
Really?
In the entire world?
Yeah.
No, well, I don't know whether it classes the entire world, Brian, but they seem to have been voted best.
Yeah, who did? Where did this come from? What's the source?
Who's reporting that? What's the source?
This was on the Independent.
What, the UK newspaper?
The UK newspaper.
Julia Buckley.
That was Julia Buckley. Yeah, this was. This was 3
Julia
days
is 12
ago.
years old. It's never flown on an airplane.
So anyway, right. So that was the news segment for this part of the show. So I thought we'd have a little mic round as Captain Al is our mic in charge man.
I've been trusted. How dangerous.
I know. So we're going to go around everyone here and kind of just introduce yourself and what's brought you here to obviously to Pittsburgh for the air show, but why what's your love of aviation? So you start with whoever.
Aviation.
Well, not yours, Al. We know what yours
okay.
is.
So I've got to be mobile. Okay,
Yes.
we're off. Okay.
We'll
Here we
start.
go.
We'll start with Steph.
I was told I had to come. I don't really care for airplanes. I'm not sure why I'm here,
Okay.
but I like beer. So Cheers. No, just kidding.
Steph's here for the karaoke, apparently, but...
I am not here for the karaoke. Let's make that abundantly clear.
Oh, yeah, you are. You are the legend that is the karaoke queen.
We shall see about that.
More beer will be consumed. The songs will be forthcoming.
Chicken nuggets.
Yeah, what's the competition this year for you and Captain Al, Steph? Is there a secret competition lined up?
Stand up so we can actually get the same. He's just like microphone in my face. No, I think we've decided that we're actually going to have just an honest rematch of last year.
Absolutely, yeah. I've been in training.
Yeah, I have not, but it's okay. As a long lifetime fan of chicken McNuggets from McDonald's, I'm going to fall back on that years and years and years of training, so I'll be good. I'm pretty confident.
You're confident?
Yes.
I'm confident.
Uh-oh. I'm nervous that he's confident.
I've been stretching my cheeks out. I've been putting cotton wool balls in there, and I reckon I can get at least 7 or 8 in one go.
What did you just say?
That's what I'm nervous about, ladies and gentlemen.
He's doing
That's
what with his
I'm nervous
cheeks?
about.
I've been putting balls in them.
Anita, that's what she said, yeah.
So we're going to do it tonight, are we?
Tonight or tomorrow night?
Well,
Now what are we talking about?
Oh, well, then someone needs to go buy
Cue
chicken nuggets.
Patreon music.
They're saying it's kind of quiet on the...
On the mic.
okay.
Yeah.
So the timing to be determined. The rules of engagement are known. But who will win?
Me.
Me.
On to Captain Nick before he goes into the land of Nod.
So moving on then, who are you and what is your motivation?
I'm Nick and I'm stalking Steph.
Well, can't do better than that. Moving on. This could be fun.
What's going on now? My name's Fred. There's a sign outside that says free beer and t-shirts, so I just came.
Messy. Okay.
That's what she said.
I'm following up on the free beer and food, too.
Okay, and who are you, sir?
I'm Gary from our area.
Gary from Chicago. Okay, one of the regular listeners. We've chatted earlier and shared a drink, so fantastic. Well, we're glad that you're here. Bouncing over.
Hello, I'm Barbara. And, well, how can I not come to Pittsburgh? Just to see everybody again. So it's fantastic to be here. And I think I've become an alcoholic. Sorry.
Too much time with Captain Al.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
We need to say, first of all, that beautiful Barbara flew over here from the UK yesterday with Captain Al by her side the entire way. So there was many, many, many drinks the whole way through. And notice what's in her hand already. Again, it's 8% alcohol, and she's doing really well. If those of you who don't know, this is your main man, Micah, drove in from Portland via Kingston and came with my Kreplach brother, who you will meet sometime soon, and came here to see my APG and PTUK and Airplane Geeks family. Good to see you all.
It wouldn't be a meet-up without Micah, let's be honest with it, folks.
No.
Okay. So, you have a name badge.
I'm Dr. John. I'm a flying Scot, but I live in the area of Toronto in Canada, and flew myself down this morning in my own plane and parked at the next to the air show site. Looking forward to meeting all these people who are until now just been voices in my head.
I sometimes have voices in my head, but moving on.
And John, I think somebody just stole your airplane.
No, that was my Wendy's coming back.
Oh.
I'm Hillel Glazer. I am running the Slack team for the Airline Pilot Guy. I got here with Fred in our Cherokee this morning, and aviation's pretty much been something I've been born with.
Awesome. I think it's fair to say that the guys who've flown their light aircraft to Pittsburgh over the last few days have had to work quite hard because the weather hasn't been the greatest, has it?
No, it's been very uncertain. In fact, about 24 hours ago, I originally scrubbed our flight because of the weather and just been watching it ever since. And a few tools later, and we found that we can poke our way through some layers, which worked out perfectly. And we made it here all in one piece, and we actually made an F-16 wait for us.
Okay, I've done a little bit of poking from time to time, too.
So Brian Coleman from the Airplane Geeks, and as the airline pilot guy knows me, I am Pasadena Brian, and I was brought here for the Hop Hunter.
Awesome, awesome. And it's been a fairly difficult journey for you, as we've already discovered, but there's been some good news stories as well, hasn't there?
There is. United returned my laptop, so I was happy about that.
It's good because it saved us doing another song, didn't it? Because we had a song prepared if it had all gone spectacularly wrong, which was probably going to blow the PG rating for the show. So we'll save that for later.
Al, the PG rating went out the window the minute you took that microphone over.
Well, there's nothing wrong with poking.
Hey everybody, it's FO Craig, flying for Acme Jr. I drugged my fiance who you'll meet in a little bit, but I came for the beer, the company, and the airplanes.
Awesome, awesome. Your fiance is looking actually quite scared as I get closer and closer. Yeah, I have that issue with women quite a lot.
Hey, I'm a freshly arrived dispatcher Tom representing Acme Dispatch.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that jersey he's wearing there.
And the non-rev god smiled on me today, and I got Comfort Plus coming up. So.
Hey! Hats off.
Now then, we're going to move on to a couple of people who don't normally associate themselves with this sort of malarkey, but they've not run out. And we have got them chained to the sofa, so that might have something to do with it. So who are you, sir?
Sure, my name is Eric. I'm the other Krefluck brother, longtime radio buddy of Micah, and he invited me along here, and I'm thrilled. I feel like I've been adopted, and I'm more of a railroad guy, but you know, it's all transportation, so I am really psyched to see the show and to meet all of you.
Awesome, thank you. Now, you're not going to be scared of a microphone because you work in the media. So, who are you?
Hi, my name is Ashley. I'm actually Craig's fiance, and I came out for moral support.
You thought you were going to Cancun for the weekend, didn't you?
That's why he took off for my birthday.
Oh, okay. Well, I just thought it was a greater challenge, to be honest.
Hi, my name's Carl from the UK. I missed out on the Farnborough trip, so thought I'd make an effort to come to Pittsburgh.
Well, I hope that we've not let you down, because, I mean, it's quite a long way to come from the UK.
It certainly is. I'm a bit disappointed that no one else is wearing shorts.
That's because it's bloody cold.
Carl, you're coming from the UK. It should have been scarf.
Good effort, Carl, good effort.
Hi there, I'm Liz Piper from Toronto, and I also missed out on Farnborough last year, so no way was I going to miss out this time. So Nev and I drove down from Toronto, and just so happy to be here with all of you.
Yeah, and Nev had a little bit of a diplomatic incident as well, hasn't he?
Just a bit. I'll let him fill you in on that.
No. I think we want to get Nev safely back to the UK, so we don't actually want him to be in a penitentiary for 25 years or more. Hello? Hey, oh no. And who are we?
Jen Nipper here from a medium-sized Midwestern airport, accountant extraordinaire.
And does this medium Midwestern airport have a name?
No.
It's London Manchester, close to London Scotland Airport.
And I'm here because you're here.
Ah. Should we just go and get a room?
Go on, blimey.
And that is our audience for Plain Talking UK.
Yeah, thank you.
Big round, big round.
So for those of you who watch the show will know that a few weeks back me and Matt travelled to London, and we had we actually had a couple of days down in London at MP Simulations. We were flying the 737-800 fixed base simulator with the guys down there at the Flight Experience London, and we were in talks with the guys there over the last few weeks about the PTUK's 200th episode, which will be in January next year. And they've very kindly allowing me and Matt and a small group of listeners who can either fly in if they wish to, but or UK listeners to come down with us for the 200th show and join us in a live show, and obviously have a go in the fixed base simulator there and fly the aircraft. So that's kind of the announcement we have for our show this week. So if we're probably going to run a kind of draw, I would imagine, Matt, I think for for the listeners to kind of, whether it'll be a competition or a draw, we're not sure, but...
Yeah, so basically what we'd like people to do, if they would like to come and join us for our very special 200th show, I say it's going to be
20th of January
in Putney in London
Yeah.
on the 20th of January 2018. And if they'd like to come to our special show, they just need to ping us an email, basically.
Yeah.
And what we'll do is once we've got everybody, we'll then do the draw. So it is podcast@planetalkinguk.com. Send in your email if you would like to come and join us for our 200th special episode. And yes, well, as I say, once we've got everybody's names, we'll do the draw, and you'll hear from us basically if you've been successful.
Now, I might add that when Matt had his first go in the simulator down there flying the aircraft, I'd just like to say that Matt landed successfully at London Heathrow's airport on 27 left.
Awesome. And just remind us, how many flying lessons have you had?
Anyway, moving on. Oh yeah. I was very humbled, really, to appear on the Airplane Geek show. Invited by Brian over there to go on there. So thanks for that, Brian. That's off the bucket list now. That's one ticked off. So thanks for that. Oh,
You were in Chicago entertaining clients, apparently.
No. He was at a United conference, I expect. So that was our thing for our 200. So yeah, it's going to be epic. It'll be you've got a bit of time to get the your emails in and that, but it'll be great to have some emails come in. Just going to the chat room, we've got Matt Caton, who's our T-shirt model on the website. Matt's asking where my hat is.
That's a good point.
I know.
I've forgotten your
just
hat.
suddenly remembered. People can actually see that I have hair, which is scary.
Absolutely.
We're also going to say hello to Jenny in Rome, Jennifer Parkinson's in Rome. She's watching as well at the moment, so hello to you. Nico Riga's in there as well. Tony S. He's also in the chat room watching us as well. So APG is coming up later on today. So Jeff, what have the listeners got to look forward to on the APG show for today?
Nothing.
Okay. So Nick's not with you then?
Yes, you have Captain Nick and Dr. Steph. They're going to be joining me, and everybody here, hopefully, joining us as well.
So.
Yeah. I'm
okay. Yes.
Really
Has
wondering.
Nick been preparing the intro notes? 'Cause I know that Nick is quite well known for adapting the show notes for APG.
Well, I just had to proofread a little bit, that's all, just to make sure the grammar was correct.
Yeah, she's not innocent. Let me tell you, it's not just Nick.
We keep adapting the show notes. We just wish Jeff would actually read them.
So I've got it memorized now. So that's the only safe way to do it.
So have we got anything to look forward to in the show notes for today's show, Nick?
Well, it really depends if Jeff actually does his job and reads the show notes out. We'll
Not
have
likely.
to wait and see, I'm afraid.
Not likely.
Tune in later.
So what time is the show going to be for everyone?
As soon as you shut down this thing.
Oh, okay. All right, there we go then. Well,
right. Well, that's us all then.
Yeah, that's us done. Right. So
How much longer are you going to be doing this?
Oh, we're now going to go. Sorry, I'm ever so
move it
sorry,
along.
Jeff. Sorry. So we're going to round it all. I'll finish the show now. So a big thanks to everyone who's joined us in the chat room today. There's been loads of people in the chat room watching the show across the globe. So thanks to all you. Matt, in answer to your question, Masha, it's going to be around about 15, 20 people. So we'll put some more information on our show page and stuff for you guys. But anyway, on behalf of me and Matt, we want to say a massive thanks to everyone for being here today and watching the live show with us here at Pittsburgh. So give yourselves a round of applause. So that's, we're going to bring episode 164 of the Plane Talking UK podcast to a close. Thanks for joining us. Any last words from you, Mr. Smith?
None whatsoever.
Good. And on that bombshell, oh dear, here we
Really?
go.
You guys are really ending the show?
It was nearly the end.
It was nearly the
forward
end,
to
but there
more.
is one thing that we haven't mentioned, and that is that
wasn't me.
I am personally very, very proud of Matt for making the journey over in an aeroplane to Pittsburgh.
On his
So
own.
a big round of applause, please, for Matt.
On his own.
Woo-hoo!
I actually heard that he liked flying on the CRJ as well.
I
so-
did actually. Do you know what? Believe it or not, I enjoyed the CRJ an awful lot more than I must have. I'm not a fan of the 757. That really wasn't very nice. Yeah. Okay. All right. But the CRJ was great.
I think we should put you in the Cherokee before you leave and see how that works out.
Okay.
You like that?
Oh, well, no, in fairness, Matt has been in a Cherokee before because he's been up with me. So, yeah, he's ticked that box as well.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
whoa!
absolutely.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Don't take up juggling
That's a
harm,
crime.
will you?
Well, no, we're not wasting beer, are we?
No, it's just a phone. Just a phone.
I was concerned beer was in terrible danger. Anyway.
So that's where we're going to wrap up the show then and finish. And I'm going to say thanks again to everyone for joining us. It's been fantastic. Looking forward to 2 more days of air show fun tomorrow and Sunday. So, well, on behalf of me, Carlos, thanks for everyone for joining us. That's it. Take care, everyone. And for everyone in the chat room, goodbye and have a great weekend. Shame you couldn't all be here. Well, though some of you who are in the chat room are actually sitting here now, which is kind of bizarre. So from me, Carlos, it's a massive goodbye. Have a great weekend. Take care and keep your eyes out for the next show next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.